course, has been significant changes in life and in work. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people, the job has lost them because there's some significant changes taking place. There's a debate going on whether this is now the fourth or the fifth industrial revolution. You decide. My feeling, it is actually the fifth because we have seen some significant changes. We go all the way back to the 1780s when we had mechanization, then electrification, 1870, automation. But then now, when we came to the full industrialization, but that wasn't all. Then the whole information period kicked in, and then globalization, where anything was made anywhere. And typically, it made so much of manufacturing took place in China and places like that, cheap labor, instruments that could do a lot of work at one time. So a lot of jobs went in that direction. Now comes COVID, and supply chain were cut. People now realizing that building and making things so far away from your main market has some problems. And out of innovation, out of scarcity, came some new thinking. So we are now moving into a next work order, which for me it's a number 5. What is this? At the top of the pile now, anyone who can work anywhere, from anywhere, he can be the one who will do the best in this time. Some jobs are gone forever. As you can see now, people who can work from home are still employed. People whose jobs are not able to be done from home, either they go in on some days or they don't go in at all. This means that some people are thinking about brand new careers, moving into different areas, moving into innovation, moving into entrepreneurship.
Special good morning to our President Jasper Gabriel, and of course, Mr. Brian Farquharson, our Secretary General of the JTA. Warm good morning to all our principals and vice principals joining us this morning. Our presenter knew he had a special gift. Appreciate the presence of this outstanding Jamaican and leader, Dr. Leahcim Semaj.
Good morning. Good morning. It's indeed a pleasure and privilege to share with this illustrious group. I can't, next to motherhood and fatherhood, teaching is probably the single most important human activity because that's how we all got to where we got. All right, we have some, I want to thank all the parties who went before, Dr. Martin Nicely, Mr. Jasper Gabriel. We want to make sure we say thank you for the invitation. Mr. Winston Smith, Mr. Owen Speed, immediate past president, Mr. Brian Farquharson, Dr. Margaret Chin. Really want to thank you for inviting me to be part of this very important process. Let me try to share my screen just to make sure that we're on the same page. So we can actually you can see what I'm trying to, share with you. All right, great. I think we're here now. So my discussion as such will be on change management, leading in the digital age. It's a very special time that we're in. And I want to start with this truism that old ways won't open new doors. So whether we like it or not, we really have to find some different ways of doing things. We also understand that change management is a very important thing. There's a math that governs change. What that math says, when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, that's when change happens. So the pain point has to be reached. If you're still not feeling the pain, then probably you're not ready to make the distinction. I also like to remind people of Alvin Toffler's work. And he says that the illiterate of the 21st century, not those who can't read or write, but those who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. So you can have retroactive inhibition. You can have proactive inhibition where what you learned before actually gets in the way of the new knowledge. So it's almost time to just whine and come again. But you see, the important element I want to ground my discussion in today, change cannot be managed. Even though we talk about change management, change must be led. And we're going to keep coming back to that concept, why it is so critical for us to understand this and put things in place to deal with it. Now, managers deal with linear change, do the next right thing, make the best decisions today. But it is leadership that requires to lead the organization to a place that by itself it would not go. How today choices will play out in the vision and the mission and the values.
Bounce, baby, bounce. Life isn't about how high you climb, how fast you run. It's about how high you bounce. When do you bounce? When you drop and hit bottom. So if you drop and hit bottom and just sit down and go to sleep, sorry. Absolutely. It's how high you bounce. Has anybody ever do something and drop? But by the way, if you don't try nothing, you can't drop, you know. So probably the safest thing, no matter try nothing. But guess what?
You have to try.
You have to try.
Yeah.
It's how high you bounce. Live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. You've heard the word paranoid? What's paranoid?
Fear.
Yeah, everybody, guess what? But I'm the opposite. I am pronoid. That's the other word you probably hear for. I have pronoia. I have this irrational belief that everything working for me. Everything. It's beyond optimism. Huh? I have that irrational belief. Each day I live with the irrational feeling that things are happening for me, not to me. So if I get up and I thought, well, I make some breakfast or something, and I open the fridge and an egg are in there, well, I guess the university I must watch my cholesterol level. Not eat no egg today. You understand me? Everything that happened is for me, not to me. Yesterday I was clever, Rumi says, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I'm trying to do what? Change myself. There's only one person you have dominion over. That's right. So don't worry about what them do and what them don't do, is what you do. With one person you have dominion over. Responsibility for. Who will write the story? You understand why most storybooks end with the situation, and in the end, the hunter killed the lion. You know why? Because lion don't learn to write yet. When lion learn to write, book will end different. And in the end, we ate the hunter. Yum yum. Don't be satisfied with stories how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. Make up your own story. And then who will star in the story?
Me.
Who will win?
Me.
Thank you. Write your own stories with your own happy ending. The future is unlimited. Never be satisfied with what you achieve, because all pales in comparison